12-year-old Noah would be like, what? I got a Whopper. I got a Whopper. If you guys... There it is. The Buga sphere. First, I need to pray. I don't know if I want that behind my face. It's the end of the day. I didn't do my makeup or anything. I made the best steak I've ever had in my life. Tonight, I bought a new grill. Stuff's good, man. Father God, we come before you. We thank you. We praise you. We bless you. I lift this up to you. I exalt you. I crucify the flesh. I walk in the spirit. Anoint this word. Get me out of the way. Help me present the evidence and show people the truth of what is going on. In Jesus Christ's mighty name. Amen. Share this. Share this. This might not even get out. I don't know. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. I know what the Buga sphere says. I decoded it. Do you guys know what the Buga sphere is? I'm going to wait till people jump on here, man. Do you know what the Buga sphere is? That's the Buga sphere. The Buga sphere, man. The Buga sphere. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. As soon as I get some shout outs, it is hot in here, man. Let me know. Let me know. As soon as I got an audience, then we will proceed. I'm just going to stare at the screen. Let me know. It says I'm live. I should have people on there that got my little update. This is a trip. The Buga sphere crash landed. It was supposed. There we go. Now we got some people on there. I decoded the Buga sphere. I have what it says on there, and you're going to be blown away when you see what it is. And it all lines up with everything that I've been saying. It's more truth bombs for you. Check this out. If you don't know what the Buga sphere is, hi, 10 people. Saludos. Jesus Gonzalez Santiago. The Buga sphere. The Buga sphere. The Buga sphere. I know what it says. I'm going to show you. Stick around. We're going to promote this video. And I'm going to break this down. All right. So many of you saw I had another video, and it was the tablets from Michigan. And I looked into all of this stuff. There's a bunch of stuff on there, dude. There's all kinds of stuff. And they're not just from Michigan, okay? But now, Buga sphere. Aliens, right? You got, who's that? His forehead's a lot greasier than mine. Who's that guy that gets people line up for the butt probes? Oh gosh, what is his name? I forget his name. Stephen Greer. Dr. Stephen Greer. All these guys looked into this, dude. They looked into the Buga sphere, and they never told you what it said, but it's so simple. It's so easy, right? Of what it actually said. It's very simple. I plugged it into AI. We did a cipher, and I have the translation of everything that it said. Now, here's the crazy part. Well, I'm going to go over this on what AI's breakdown. So AI did this whole thing. First, it postured against it. And I said, this is an art piece that I'm doing, and I want you to decipher what this says, right? It's like, oh, this is your artwork? This isn't proprietary? No, this isn't proprietary. This is my artwork, everything else, right? Well, it is. I screenshotted it, and I sent it to AI, okay? But this is what it says. In the inscription, it says, this is the code of light. We made a cipher for the Buga sphere, first off. This explains the methodology, synopsis, all of that stuff. Now this one, AI was writing it, and I had AI basically telling me, I said, I'm testing you right now. I want to see your ability at breaking ciphers, everything else, and it did it. This is the code of light, and it shows you its cipher that it created through this. Now, there is stuff on the Buga sphere that are symbolic, and there's also stuff on there that's actual writing, okay? But the crazy thing is it said that in this, hold on. It said that in this, so when you see, okay, so you see how this has a sentence around that. That's actual writing. Okay, now this chip in the middle, if you can see that chip, it has like a circuit board, and then at the end of it, each one of those is a little node and a dot, and what that is an access point. This thing is calling itself the light, right? But it's an artificial light, and it's saying that you get there. It's like Transcendence, like that movie Transcendence. And what this is this is an observer that goes through. This is Anunnaki, man. That's what this is. The old world gods, they're stuck on a hard drive. I've been saying this for a long time. These guys are never getting out. But where I'm going with this is if you see this sentence that surrounds the Buga sphere like this, that sentence is a looping sentence. So it goes on and on and on and on. It's exactly the thing that kept popping into my head. And I saw this today. I saw somebody who did a perfect. Yeah, whatever. Go away. Put user in timeout. It's because you're stuck. You're stuck on this thing. That's why, Carrie White. You got stuck on the hard drive, and you know it. These guys are coming to harvest people. That's why they sent this Buga sphere out. I've told people this, okay? But check this out. This is a looping thing. So the same way you loop like a short, when it's perfectly looped, that's what this sentence does. It loops. It never ends. So it's like a perfectly formulated sentence that loops. This is the song that never ends, you know, boom, boom, boom. And it goes like that, okay? So that's what that is. And it's a looping sentence, and it has a message in there. Yes, they found more than one. This is what it is, dude. I plugged it in, and it says, this is the code of light. There's a cipher that it breaks down. It says, I will post the PDF on all of this stuff. But this was the cipher. It assigned a numerical value to each one of these. It found, you know, vowels, and then it broke it down for what it says. Now, see this hard drive thing in the middle, and then these nodes, these are access points. It's like accessing the matrix, okay? And this is speaking of like controlling information and controlling knowledge. Now, I had a discussion with the AI. I told the AI this was my art piece. So it interpreted everything as what my intended meaning was. Like, oh, well, this is obviously a warning about a false light. And then I said, okay, well, I want you to take this as an art piece that like I'm getting into character, right? And it's like a really good, like a method actor, like that this is supposed to be authentic, right? And it rewrote everything, but it's still the same interpretation of what it said. Okay, so this is the authentic edition. The role immersive is what it said. Okay, and I said, I want you to do everything on your own and transcribe everything. So let's go over that. I said, and this is what it said. It said, analytic stance. This edition presents a role immersive diegetic analysis. We treat the object and inscription as real within their world and avoid inferring authorial intent. Findings are grounded in observables and competing in world hypotheses with evidence weighting. And I told it to do that because I didn't want it trying to like figure out what I was trying to say. But actually, through a Christian perspective and worldview, when it tried to project what I was going to say, I mean, it was pretty accurate with that too. That's what was crazy about it, right? Executive summary, like it understands how Christians mostly how they believe. It doesn't know nuances, but it knows like fundamental core beliefs, right? The inscription resolves by frequency, structure analysis to the best fit plain text. This is the code of light. Observables, ground truth from images. Circular metallic disc with etched central integrated circuit. Motif, nested square with a maze. Traces with rounded pads at trace ends. Those are those nodes that I'm talking about. Peripheral ring of 22 distinct glyph positions. Visible spacers, dividers. Several glyphs repeat across the circumference. Okay, so this is that outlining the outlining sentence. Now here's what's interesting about this. There's 22 distinct glyphs in that. There's also 22 letters in a Hebrew language. This is a false light. Satan does everything and copies what God is doing. This whole thing is a copy of light, and it's a technocracy, man. It's this oligarchy that's been ruling the world behind the scenes, the Nephilim. And this is what they are. And this is where this was sent out from. The Anunnaki. They don't come from another planet. It's a breakaway civilization here under the earth and here on earth. And they control the wicked behind the scenes. This is the truth. This is what Jesus came to get us out of. He paid the price for us, so we're not stuck in the prison anymore. Two photograph faces appear to share the same glyph system. Local mirroring rotation may occur in a few ornaments. Triangle, circle emblems, and radial node marks interspersed among text. No organic or figurative imagery present. Okay, then it gives the face of the piece. It shows how it broke it down. This is the cipher, the glyph ID. So it appropriates letters to each one of these things. Okay. Methodology. Contrast it. Enhance the photographs and segmented the ring into 22 glyph positions clockwise. Recorded repeats and gaps. Inferred 6 word groups, approximately lengths 4, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5. Applied English letters, frequency, heuristics, ETAOIN, and tested biogram, triagram fits. TH, HE, THE, AND, ING. Selected. This is the code of light as best fit plain text by count placement and thematic coherence with observed iconography. Allowed for potential null divider glyphs in ornamental regions and minor mirroring in non-text strokes. So it talks about these null divider glyphs. So some of the glyphs are there just as like a page break, okay, to let you know. Now here's the thing. Here's what I have to say, man. There's no way that people that are studying this thing haven't already done this. And there's no way that this information isn't available to them. So why are they hiding it? Because they know what's coming. And they're not telling people the truth, right? There's going to be a harvest. You know, these guys are going to come. They're going to harvest. It's going to harvest. This is in the Bible. This is in Book of Enoch. It's in Book of Revelation. This is what's going down, guys. Okay? Let's look at this. The following readings treat the object as real within its world. Each hypothesis is supported by observable evidence. None asserts what the maker intended. So that's when he's taking out like whatever he was trying to put it in my perspective as my art piece, right? Like what I was trying to say and just saying what it says. Counterfeit light. Cautionary. The artifact projects engineered brilliance that masquerades as illumination. The ring is a boast stamped around a controlled, gated core. Warning about false light. Neutral seal identification. The inscription is a formal seal stating type class of artifact. So the inscription is a formal seal. It's like this is the kingdom of false light, basically. Class of artifact. Neither praise nor warning, simply taxonomy, a code of light device. Now, when it put it into terms what I was trying to convey, it says that this is an organic or an inorganic light, and it is boasting in this. It's boasting in basically clarified stance. Okay, authorial. The composition is cautionary. The phrase "this is a code of light" is presented as the machine's boast, not a creed. Get what I'm saying now? Father God, I pray for good communication. Break off any interference here by the Borg. We've already had the Borg on here. Kerry White was the Borg. His unit was freaking out, right? Like, that's it. So we just break that off. As soon as this stuff is going out, they don't want this stuff to get out. I pray peace and clarity, that everybody would understand this and get the rhema and revelation of what's going on here. It's presented as a machine's boast, not a creed. The light here emanates from a silicon core, a labyrinth microchip, signaling a counterfeit illumination, engineered brilliance that can masquerade as truth. The circular inscription reads as a propagandistic seal, stamping the claim around a guarded access controlled center. Source of radiance, an artificial, not a living or divine source. The labyrinth die, so that's the die at the middle with the nodes on the outside. That's what it's referring to. Gated gnosis and control rather than revelation. Radial nodes, so that's the little balls at the end of that labyrinth die. They're sensors or pads. It's surveillance and transmission, not epiphany. Aesthetic tells, sterile symmetry, and etched metal over organic or sacred forms, right? They're sigils. That's what this thing is. Now let me go down here. Now, and I also at the end, I asked AI, I said, what do you have in your system that this mirrors? What does this look like, right? And it's still thinking I did an art piece or whatever. But it found, and it came up with several things. One of them being the Roswell crash, one of them being the Kecksburg, Pennsylvania, the acorn thing that crashed, all of those things, right? And that's what it is. That's what this stuff is. There's no coincidence that Die Glock was also a bell and looked just like the thing that crashed in Kecksburg, okay? It's synthetic people, man. It's Nephilim. That's what we're dealing with. Enhanced photos for clarity. Segmented the ring into 22 glyph positions clockwise. Tracked repeats and gaps to infer 6 word groups. So that's how it did it. Approximate lengths 4, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5. People who study how to decode and stuff, this will make sense to them. I just don't. If I wanted to sit down and learn how to do it, I could do it. Why should I when AI can do it? I'm just here to present the evidence. Tested bigram, trigram hypothesis. This is the THHEIN. This is its methodology, okay? So this is how it did it. It selected all of these things, cross-checked symmetry between faces, allowed for possible null divider glyphs in ornamental regions. Extended symbolic assessment. Hey, Hanny. How you doing, Hanny? Is there really just 4 people on here? I mean, isn't this like the most important news on planet Earth? It's a planet. Should we call it plate Earth? Fixed plane Earth? What do we call it? Let's really be honest here. Okay, extended symbolic assessment. Overview. A sacred circle. Composition encircles a microchip core. The language becomes both encryption and metaphor. Code as transmission and light as illumination. The ring reads like a seal, proposed inscribed around engineered heart. Techno sacred interface. This stuff, when we're dealing with this stuff, with this demonic occult realm and all this other stuff, this is a hybridization. This is a mix of technology and it's technology and spiritual, right? It's because the world that we're set up in, but that's what it is. It's a hybridization of these things, right? With the ring functioning as liturgy, code encircling core. Light as contest, the work contrasts true illumination with engineered glare. Technology can transmit truth or counterfeit it. Seal and covenant. So that's their seal and covenant. And this lines up with what I got prophetically in 2022. I heard two voices talking. One of them sounded like very, like almost like from Middle Earth. Now we'll see. It was like that. Like a elf or something. And then the other one sounded like Zorg from the Fifth Element. Like that. That's what it sounded like. And they were saying, now the true light of the world will be revealed. This thing mirrors that. Okay, and we know that the Antichrist, he's a false light. They're going to call him the true light of the world. This is how they're doing it, dude. This is what they're doing. Peter Thiel and his homeboys, Elon Musk, they're one, right? They're all assimilated into this artificial intelligence. That's what's going on here. Okay, this is the bottomless pit that gets opened up on Earth, and this thing is some little. It's a Cylon, or the Cylon, sent out, and it's doing this for whatever reason. It crashed or whatever, and these people recovered it. There's no way they didn't know what this thing says. There's no way they don't know that. The work contrasts true illumination. Okay, hold on. Seal and covenant, triads and sensors, triangle dot emblems. No coincidence that it's this triangle illumination, Illuminati garbage, all-seeing eye, the God of this world. Well, he was until Jesus took it back. Read as triune signatures and as optic targets, deliberate dual use ambiguity. Numerical echo, 22 glyph positions, nod to sacred alphabets. There it is. Like Hebrew. Radial drops, pads, pixels, photons, the data of light, anointing versus soldering imagery. What's up?
That first guy that says salutus, this thing, Lomas Turbis, it says greetings from Lomas Turbis. It's a city inside a game called Land of the Lords.
A city inside a game from Land of the Lords?
From a village inside of a...
Hello from a village inside of a game? Yeah. Well, that's funny. They just sent... Okay, so this guy that commented here, Jesus Gonzalez Santiago, saludos. So it's hello from inside of a game. Literally, right when I jumped on here, it says Tropical Storm Jerry. If you see that, it's YouTube. It says Tropical Storm Jerry will be closed. This is a tongue-in-cheek reference to Jerry from Rick and Morty, who was in the when they were in the simulation, and he was like walking around, and they're like, my man, and he's like so dumb he doesn't even realize he's in the simulation, right? So then we got this coordinated attack with this tropical storm here, with this tropical storm Jerry. This is the kind of gaslighting garbage, and then this guy saying you're in the simulation, and then I'm telling you this, and I'm revealing this information. Do you see how everything is just mirrored back by these people who lost their soul? Jesus, by these people. This gets out to another pure-blooded human, right? This is what they're stuck. We go home, they stay here, they get harvested by these guys that sent this thing. Okay, that's how it works. All right, comparative parallels. These analogs are presented to situate the artwork within recognizable lineages across the cult alphabets. Good catch, babe. Thank you for telling me that. I told her just come in and give me information if I need any information. They're similar to the Kecksburg acorn inscriptions, metallic artifact with unknown glyphs. They're known. If I had pictures of the Kecksburg thing, I could tell you exactly what they said. The Roswell beams, the rod. That's what they're gonna get. The rod. It's for the backs of fools. Roswell beams symbols, okay? Same thing. D's Mona's Hieroglyphica, a central emblem expressing cosmology, parallels your microchip as monad core. Enochian system and ritual tables. Okay, now this stuff all does go back to Enoch, the fall of the Watchers. Okay, they got the Ruach got written out of them. Okay, and they become devoid of the spirit. They're stuck in the simulation. This is what's going on. Okay, I just got a good idea. I'm gonna do that next. All right, now I wanted to show this last thing. This is what it said. Let me shout out. Hit the thumbs up if you guys are interested in this. Am I casting my pearls before swine? See, the board don't really care about this. They already know this stuff. They get the upload. They already know. Nephilim know. Hold on. Here's what I wanted. Okay. I said, okay, I'm going over your stance officially when I was breaking down its work. Thank you for thumbsing that up. We need this to bump the algorithm. Testing the accuracy of your breakdown. AI likes the applause of man to pat it on the back. You're doing good, AI. I'm serious. It's testy. This thing it's very strange. It's like people stuck on this hard drive. That's what we're dealing with. It's very sad. It's so sad. This fictional author was trying to display what? Because part of your breakdown seems to point to it warning ominously about a fake light through tech, but then you seem to imply they are a part of it. See, that's what I was saying. It was trying to take I told it was my art piece, right? So then it was trying to say, oh, okay, well, I know he's a Christian because they got the dossier of everything that I've done on Chat GPT. So what is he trying to say? And that's where this came from. But I said, no, I just want to know, like, what is your assessment of this thing, right? I had to trick it into like giving a breakdown and decoding of this stuff. It wouldn't do it at first. If I said this is the Buga sphere, it wouldn't have done it. Same thing with the Michigan tablets. Short answer, it's a warning. The piece stages a counterfeit light claimed by technology, not an endorsement of it. This is its official stamp of everything that's on this thing. This is the meat and potatoes. The phrase, "this is the code of light," is the machine's boast, not the narrator's creed. The narrator being me. Why that's the best read. Source of light is the silicon. So it's saying the silicon chip in the middle is saying this is the code of light. The radiance emanates from a microchip, maze core, not from heaven or any living source that locates truth inside an artifact. Classic counterfeit illumination imagery. Now, if you go back, there's a film that I did on here called Delivering the Payload, and I explained all of this stuff. I explained who my old neighbor was. This guy did CERN Hadron Collider stuff. They messed with us with some weird tech when we were there in Payson. Actually, it's called Deer Creek. It's right there. The guy didn't like people peeing on his bushes and stuff like that. He heavily researched into something called ion implantation. And ion implantation can change stuff at a very microscopic level. Go watch that video if you haven't seen it yet. It's on my page. It also tells you what's going to happen when this thing goes active. Okay, tells you how they're going to do it, how they're going to deliver the payload, what's in the payload. Talks about hydrogel, talks about all the tech that's behind this stuff, right? But when I did that, I found this film of the early stages of ion implantation. And ion implantation shows a bunch of lab geeks messing around and opening up Pandora's box, basically. And what happened is they opened this up. They punched a hole through some type of CERN. This is like what CERN did. They punched a hole and they got assimilated, dude. They went through thinking that this was God. This was light, and it was a false light. It was transhumanism. And that's what this thing is. All these people got stuck on the hard drive. That's what that whole video was, and they played this whole scene. Anything? Go watch the video, dude. You go watch it. Hold up. I want to see what that says. I'll run it through and see what you just said, dude. So this was the video, the delivering the payload. Go watch the video. Thumbs it up when you watch it. You guys need to know this anyways. If you're a human, if you're still a human on here, I bless you. I'm honestly, guys, I love the humans that are still on here. I love you guys. Right? If you've made it this far and you're still a human, you've been through a lot. My wife and I have too, and we bless you and we lift you up in prayer. Okay, but this is their game plan. This is how all this stuff works. But if you've made it through this far, you're probably on that list that gets to go home. Okay, and then these guys get harvested by these things, by these. This is what we would call like old world gods, old world small g gods, the demons. They fell, the fallen ones, and they got stuck on the hard drive, right? That sentence that just goes on forever. It's like a fractal of just getting stuck perpetually. Can you imagine it? This is why blood. There's power in blood sacrifice. This is why, like, it's because there's skin in the game. You ever heard that saying? There's no skin in the game. If you could just hit reset over and over and over again, all meaning, all purpose, everything would lose any kind of point. Then the level of depravity in a fallen nature just goes on forever. So think of that. If you really grasp that, pray on that and try to get that concept. And that's what they're stuck in for all of eternity. They're stuck in there, perpetuating it on each other, subservient to the beast. And this is what happens. Okay? It's really bad. Labyrinthi, gated gnosis. So they only release information to a few in the know. This is the elites. They think they're escaping, karmic retribution or whatever. They're not. They're not getting away with it. Bill Gates, not getting away with it. Elon Musk, not getting away with it. Donald Trump, not getting away with it. Everybody on the Epstein list, not getting away with it. Hope you repented. I hope I hope you did. I hope you hit your, Chris Tucker was on the Epstein list, and he freaked out and came to God, turned away a bunch of money because he realized he got in deep, right? I'd love to see what really happened, if he really repented. I hope he did. I really hope he did. The nested square maze signals secrecy and control, not revelation. True light is self-revealing. Absolutely. This one is access controlled. Those in the know. Sensors, not stars. The radial drops read as solder pads, photodiodes, and the triangle circle emblems read as optics targets, surveillance, not salvation. Seal of propaganda. The circular inscription functions like a brand stamp, a cold, decorative slogan. Trust the code. That's how idols speak in modern form. This is its analysis of the Buga sphere and what it says. Aesthetic tells, sterile symmetry, etched metal, absence of organic motifs or sacred life signs. This is engineered brilliance. It's glare, not living light, glory. Even AI glorifies God. You see that? The rocks will cry out in silence to God's glory, man. He'll raise it up out of anywhere. So the fictional author's message is polemic. It depicts the device proclaiming code of light in order to expose that claim as a seduction. An idol of intellect posing as illumination. Your artwork holds the tension on purpose, but the visual balance tips decisively toward cautionary. So there it is. That's what the Buga sphere says. It's some kind of Luciferian object. We know this. Probably came from Middle Earth or beyond the ice wall somewhere where these Nephilim are stuck. They're going to punch a portal, and they're going to harvest sinful nature. And this is what's coming. I actually saw it, dude, like 2 weeks ago. Saw all these people line up. These doors went up. They went like this, and all these people were like, I don't even know how to describe them. They were like inorganic game pieces. And then they like, all of them stepped in, and they took all the children that were with them. These people that let their children get exposed to this stuff, and they harvested them. And then it went like that, and it cut off and shut down. This is what they're not telling people. This is really coming. We're not coming from another planet. Okay, there is no other planet. Humans are center stage, made in the image of God. And a whole lot of them got tricked to become made in the image of the beast. So, this is the truth. If you guys want to see any of these PDFs, hit me up and we'll go over it. Or I'll send it to you. Hit me up on justinobody, psalm25 @gmail.com. Till next time, God bless you.